And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The government shutdown is now throwing a wrench in travel plans across the U.S. and out of the country as well. It's now entering week 2. Delays are spreading due to staffing shortages with air traffic controllers, including right here in Houston. The Federal Aviation Administration warns ripple effects are unfolding at offices across the country. In Nashville, so many air traffic controllers stayed home. The facility which guides planes in and out of the airport is closing. The FAA also says delays are popping up in Boston, Atlanta, Philadelphia, and Dallas. Joining us to talk about it, Deidre Mathis, travel expert and owner of Wonderstay Boutique Hotel. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. Obviously, you've traveled to 51 countries,
Yes.
4 so far this year.
Yes.
What are you hearing about flying so far after this federal shutdown, and are there any problems that people are running into?
Oh yeah, there's many problems, and I'm telling people you have to pack your patience. So if you don't know what's going on, just yesterday there were over 3,000 delays with people flying in and out of the USA. Today there was about 1,700, and there's going to be more and more each and every day. So as people are not getting paid, they're calling out, which is leaving many, staff shorthanded. And so you can't fly airplanes if you don't have the appropriate, staff that you need at the FAA. And so also these workers that are going to work where they should be focused on, getting planes in the sky safely, now they're worried about, am I going to get paid? Am I going to be able to take care of my bills? And so, you definitely don't want anybody working, making sure we're traveling safely, stressed out, right? And so, yeah, with as long as this delay is going to happen, it's really going to impact travel, and people are really going to have to pack their patience.
And I don't think people realize just how important air traffic controllers are. I think there are about 14,000 nationwide.
Oh, yeah.
You can remember back during Reagan's administration, he fired all of them. It took this long to get the numbers back up, but many of them are now aging out. And I don't think they're just going to sit around and work for no pay. They're up in age, and they're not going to put up with any bull.
Right. So the last time I checked, you couldn't apply for the position, if you were over the age of 30 years old. So you had to be under 30 to do it. And then I think they extended it because they were looking for some help, right? And so you can't just keep stretching it and stretching it. You're going to have to get to the bottom line, and these people just need to be paid well. Like you said, it's just a very important role. These people are in charge of getting us to and from safely. So we definitely want these people to be paid adequately, paid on time, making sure that they have, job security. We don't want these folks calling out, not coming up to work, because not only is it going to impact our safety in the sky possibly, but all the delays and all the cancellations. And so companies like Greyhound and Flix, which are bus companies, are saying, hey, if you don't want to face the delays in the sky, come on and maybe, consider taking a bus ride. It's not as luxury, it's not as sexy, but, the delays are going to be less, and you'll get there, safe and sound.
And we're just thinking about flying, vacation, business flights, but there are also commercial flights where packages are flying across the country. I think there are 45,000 flights a day in the USA, and it's going to impact all of that with the trickle-down effect. What would be the best advice for someone out there who may be planning that trip of a lifetime, but this is going on, this shutdown?
Yeah, I would say if you can delay it just a little bit, that might be wise. I mean, myself, I have a flight in about 3 weeks, so I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But if you can delay it, I would do that. Let this kind of play out, see how it's going to go. Or if you don't have the option to do that, like I said, pack your patience. Go to the airport understanding your flight may be delayed and may be canceled. Already have that in mind, so you don't go to the airport and get frustrated and upset and angry. There's nothing anyone can do. And at the end of the day, we all want to be safe in the air. So would you rather rush and possibly not get there safe, or would you rather take your time and let this play out and get there safe and sound? So if you're going to fly, just understand that in this season, until they come to an agreement, you're going to have to, you're going to have to wait, possibly.
And it's getting really serious now because travel holidays are coming soon in November and December, and a lot of people will be traveling. So we
Fingers
just don't
crossed
know.
It comes to an agreement before that. Hopefully we're not waiting, much longer than that. But if so, you got to look at alternative routes. There's Amtrak, there's Greyhound, there's Flix, there's other ways. Like I said, it's not as sexy, but just alternative ways to travel and get to see our loved ones.
All right, Deidre Mathis, our travel expert, and congratulations on the anniversary of Wonderstay Boutique Hotel. Incredible hotel. You need to check her out. Go see it. And you have 2 hotels. So.
I do.